Soon after being given a third term as Prime Minister of the country and winning from Kashi for a third consecutive term as well, the Prime Minister today returned to his Lok Sabha constituency, a place that he has called nothing short of his mother. Remember, before the elections, Prime Minister Modi spoke of how he now has an emotional bond with Varanasi and that he is more a Banarasiya than somebody from Gujarat. The city has changed him completely. The very first engagement that he had in the constituency was with the farmers. He attended a Kisan Sammelan. He was felicitated with the statue of a farmer by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and he also released the 17th installment of the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi amounting to over 20,000 crores. Now remember, so far the opposition has been saying that Modi is a diminished man. In fact, the Congress so far has been calling him Ek Tihai Pradhan Mantri, but far from that, the PM today in Varanasi said that he and Varanasi have made history by getting a third consecutive term, something that has happened for the first time since the 1960s.
किसी सरकार ने इस तरह हैट्रिक नहीं लगाई थी। आपने ये सौभाग्य हमें दिया, अपने सेवक मोदी को दिया। आपका ये विश्वास मेरी बहुत बड़ी पूंजी है। आपका ये विश्वास मुझे लगातार आपकी सेवा के लिए, देश को नई ऊंचाई पर पहुंचाने के लिए कड़ी मेहनत करने की प्रेरणा देता है। आपके सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए, आपके संकल्पों को पूरा करने के लिए मैं हर प्रयास करूंगा। मैंने किसान, नौजवान, नारी शक्ति और गरीब, इन्हें विकसित भारत का मजबूत स्तंभ माना है। अपने तीसरे कार्यकाल की शुरुआत मैंने इन्हीं के सशक्तिकरण से की है। सरकार बनते ही सबसे पहला फैसला किसान और गरीब परिवारों से जुड़ा फैसला लिया गया है। देश भर में गरीब परिवारों के लिए 3 करोड़ नए घर बनाने हो या फिर पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि को आगे बढ़ाना हो, ये फैसले करोड़ों करोड़ों लोगों की मदद करेंगे। काशी वासियों के असीम स्नेह से मुझे तीसरी बार देश का प्रधान सेवक बनने का सौभाग्य मिला है। अब तो मां गंगा ने भी जैसे मुझे गोद ले लिया है, मैं यहीं का हो गया हूं।
The Prime Minister's next stop will be the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, which he last visited just before he filed his nomination papers. Varanasi is decked up to welcome its 3-time MP with dhol, conches, rose petals being showered. Let's remind you how he has a special bond with Varanasi. In fact, he has spoken of it in our interview before the elections, where he said that Kashi is like my mother.
न मैं यहाँ आया हूँ, न मुझे किसी ने भेजा है, मुझे तो माँ गंगा ने बुलाया है। ऐसा मैंने 2014 में कहा था कि उस समय मैंने कहा था कि माँ गंगा ने मुझे बुलाया है। आज मुझे लगता है कि माँ गंगा ने मुझे गोद लिया है। तो अभी दस साल बीत गए, काशी से इतना नाता जुड़ गया।
Now remember, this is an important visit, not just because it comes after the poll win of the BJP nationally, them forming a government for the third time, but because of the Saffron Party's poll performance. In Uttar Pradesh, the BJP went down to 33 seats this time. The Prime Minister's own margin of win also went down, and it has generated a lot of commentary from opposition, and which is why the Congress today said that today is not a time for celebration, it's a time for introspection.
सुनने में तो ये आ रहा है कि 500 करोड़ रुपए बांटे हैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने। ये मेरा बड़ा आरोप है। ये बनारस में गया भी था चुनाव के बाद। लोगों का कहना है, लोकल लोग कह रहे हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी ने 500 करोड़ रुपए इस चुनाव में खर्च किए। मेरे ख्याल से नरेंद्र मोदी जी धन्यवाद देने नहीं जा रहे बनारस। नरेंद्र मोदी जी अपने 500 करोड़ रुपए जिन जिन को बांटे होंगे उनसे हिसाब लेने जा रहे होंगे कि किस किस को पैसे दिए थे जो वोट मुझे 1.5 लाख से जीत मिल पाई। जीत का तो मार्जिन 10 लाख के करीब का बताया था कि 10 लाख के करीब जीत का मार्जिन होगा। तो निश्चित तौर पे वो 10 लाख तो नहीं हुआ, 5 लाख भी नहीं हुआ, पुराना रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं बरकरार रह सका। तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी अपने 500 करोड़ खर्च किए गए पैसे में से हिसाब लेने बनारस में जा रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister has not gone to Kashi to authorize any Kisan Nidhi. The Prime Minister has gone to Kashi to assess, to reevaluate with his team. Why did he almost lose Kashi? His winning margin came down from 5 lakh to 1.5 lakh. He barely managed through. The reality is that the Prime Minister has no moral responsibility to be in this position, because morally this has been a big defeat for him. I mean, he has had the lowest margin any Prime Minister in this country has had in a general election. He actually has no business being the Prime Minister after losing 63 seats right under his nose. He has gone to Kashi for reassessment, for reevaluation of what went wrong, how he barely managed to scrape through.
All right, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with political analyst Varun Singh, Sameer Singh, national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party. Charu Pragya, it's not a time for celebration, says the Congress. It's a time for introspection. Is introspection happening in Varanasi?
Well, it's a bit rich for Congress to be giving us advice at any point of time, Padmaja. But this is a political party which has taken 10 days for that fact to sink in that they have lost the election. They completely stopped talking about EVMs, dug it up again once they realized that 99 in fact is not 99 out of 100, and a moral victory does not amount to making the government. So I'm going to ignore everything that the Congress says. Here we are focused on the fact that we made promises to the people of this country. And these promises were made to ensure that India becomes Viksit Bharat, that India becomes a developed nation, we become the third largest economy. And we have started working for that. Which other government? And I am in fact directly asking the Congress party, because they do have government in several states, where has this political party or their allies actually delivered anywhere? Their allies are the ones who come seeking financial support from the central government the minute they come to power, because they have announced so many freebies.
Okay.
Modi ji has been working round the clock for now 3 terms for the people of this country.
Okay, Sameer Singh, no nervousness, no sadness, no, diminished confidence as you are claiming. Work is carrying on, history has been made, says the Prime Minister. Sameer Singh. And he said it from Varanasi.
Padmaja, the Prime Minister, we believe, should... Yeah, Padmaja, I was saying that the opposition believed, and we were very hopeful that we will see a humbled version of the Prime Minister if, given the nature of his win from his parliamentary constituency, and BJP falling short of the numbers that required on its own to form the government. But instead, when things like this come up, and when we glorify the Prime Minister in such a way, I don't think there's anything wrong in saying that the Prime Minister, while today's visit to Kashi, should introspect. Why shouldn't he? From a margin of approximately 5 lakh votes coming down to a margin of 1.5 lakh votes, when the entire BJP was talking about Modi ki guarantee. So it was just the face of the Prime Minister Modi that the NDA was fighting its election on. So when the face of the party manages to barely win his own parliamentary seat, then definitely it calls for introspection. There's nothing wrong in in accepting that.
Okay, Varun Singh, there was no humility. Sandeep Singh is saying, कम से कम थोड़ी तो humility होनी चाहिए ना, humble. Why not humble?
I don't understand. I agree with one line that Mr. Singh said before me, that the Prime Minister and the BJP needs to introspect. But I don't understand the definition of introspection changed by them is that he shouldn't go out and shouldn't visit his constituency and shouldn't do the work that the Prime Minister is supposed to do. He shouldn't go out in his constituency and thank the people. He shouldn't be distributing the money that has been promised by his government to the Kisans over there. He shouldn't be going out and telling the people, thank you for voting me, thank you for making me the Prime Minister for the third time. I don't understand what is the definition of humility for such people who go on saying that the Prime Minister...
Sandeep Singh, Sameer Singh, what is the definition of humility? Very quickly, if you could define what you mean by humility. Should he go there and say, I've been defeated?
Padmaja, I never...
That is a moral victory of Samajwadi Party.
Should not go to Kashi. Kashi is a part... It is indeed a moral victory for Samajwadi Party. In fact, if you see, everybody knows that Samajwadi Party has come out to be the first largest party. If you talk about the number of seats that we have secured, 37 seats, where BJP has come down to 36 seats. So obviously it's a moral victory for us, but we're not talking about us right now. We're talking about what the Prime Minister is trying to signify by this.
So what would you have liked him to do?
We never said that he should not go to Kashi. Why not? He's the Prime Minister of the country. He can go wherever he wants. He should go wherever he wants. Kashi Vishwanath is Baba Vishwanath's abode. I mean, everybody is welcome there. So why not go there? But then, while they say that मैं गंगा का बेटा हूँ, then they should introspect. How much money has been pumped into the Namami Gange scheme, and what is the condition of Gangama? Then transforming Varanasi into Kyoto. Where is that dream of the Prime Minister of transforming Varanasi into Kyoto? 1 month, barely a month. We are barely a month away. With the first monsoon showers will transform Kyoto into I think Venice, but not Kyoto definitely.
Okay,
Kyoto तो नहीं बनेगा, Venice जरूर बन जाएगा.
There is in fact a detailed 7 to 8 questions that Jairam Ramesh put out in the morning, and he said he's 1/3, 1/3 प्रधानमंत्री हैं और उनको ये सारे सवाल का जवाब देना चाहिए, फिर काशी जाना चाहिए.
Dekhiye Padmaja, the Congress Party and the India Alliance are greatly frustrated because every single thing that they set out to do in these elections, they have absolutely failed. In fact, they are at a point where the frustration is so high that they are finding reasons to criticize an MP visiting his constituency, an MP who's transformed his constituency. Why don't you go, and I'm requesting the panelists from SP to go and visit Varanasi, which is barely 200 kilometers away from Rai Bareli, where you will see the stark difference of what a solid and a dedicated leadership can do. Go take a look. Go take a look at the streets. Go take a look at how organized it has become. Go take a look at the parks and the lakes. Go take a look at the transformation a city can achieve and the comfort with which its people can live once there is dedicated leadership. And maybe you should implement some of this in your own constituencies. Now, that being said, I think it is a bit rich for them to be calling our Honorable PM Ek Tihai Pradhan Mantri, where theirs was a political party at the strongest time of the UPA. How many seats did they have again? They barely touched 200. Even today, all the seats of the India Alliance put together is still lesser than the seats BJP has got. But I don't want to get into that debate anymore because this election is over. It is time for us to be forward-looking, forward-thinking. I think they need to get some humility, they need to get some focus, and they need to start talking about the people of this country now finally and let go of their unhealthy obsession with our Honorable Prime Minister.
Okay, respond. Sabir, you need to get some humility and a reality check. Great, you've got 37 seats, but you talk like you've got 370 seats.
Padmaja, as I've been clearly saying before, and I want to reiterate the same thing, that the Bharatiya Janata Party claimed that they'll win 400 seats on their own. And from that to 240. And we are actually very happy that that the performance that we've given in these elections, even if we've fallen short of the majority, but we thank the government, we thank the people of this country, we thank the people that they've understood what the BJP's true face is. I don't see where can the BJP not see humility in our defeat, because eventually we have been defeated. But the symbolic truth is that this as a victory of the BJP is a shameful victory for the BJP themselves, and that they know very clearly. Their alliance partners,
okay, Varun Singh,
when they introspect,
what is being said that this is a Pyrrhic victory.
Apart from that,
this is a half victory. And what is being seen on stage today is false bravado.
What is a victory? A victory in election and democracy is, अगर आप एक मत से भी जीत गए तो आप जीत गए. You know, humility is accepting that you have lost. From 206, you came down to 44 in 2014. That is what the Congress was reduced to. It was reduced to 99. It was at peak 206 votes or seats in 2009. वहां से वो ऊपर नहीं आ पाया. मुझे ना समाजवादी पार्टी के प्रवक्ता पे थोड़ी सी मतलब दया भी आती है कि if you have won the biggest number of seats, can you go and demand from your alliance, Congress, that please give Akhilesh Yadav the leader of opposition? Because yes, exceptional performance by you all. Can you all do it? Forget that. You all haven't been able to decide who your leader of opposition will be till now. The 72-member ministry has taken oath. They have become ministers. They are working. They are taking decisions. Here till date, we do not know who the leader of opposition will be in spite of all these people. And there is so much of, you know, you talk about bravado. Bravado would have been if Akhilesh Yadav, or sorry, if Rahul Gandhi would have, you know, allowed his sister to contest from Raebareli and stayed back in Wayanad. That would have shown whether they are actually doing something in UP, or was it only a fluke by which Samajwadi Party, by its social engineering, helped the Congress win.
All right, I'm going to leave it at that, but we are going to take a more detailed look at it at 8 p.m. today on India Upfront. Thanks very much, both gentlemen, and Charu Pragya, for joining me.